confiscate the money. That girl is a real proud thief. Small world, all her friends know me.
So we're back to more Browns franchise mode here in Madden NFL 17, but today we're gonna go check out what happened last game where we went and collapsed against the Texans in the fourth quarter. So let's go check this game in last week's episode. So this one, I don't know why, but Keifer Paup did not have a great game at all. 259 yards passing, 1 touchdown to 3 interceptions, and a 56.6 passing rating, not the greatest on that day. But Brock Osweiler, though, he played like a god, 299 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and 151.4 passing rating. So, I mean, this game, they gotta tone down the CPU, like the computer's other quarterback, because he was insanely good, like way too good almost. Like Brock Osweiler in real life, he's absolutely trash, but in this game, he's just a god. So, move on to rushing. Lamar Miller obviously was a great day on the ground. 100 yards of rushing, 1 touchdown, and a 5.9 average on the carry. But Crowell, 45 at 2.8 per carry, not the greatest there, but when it comes to receiving yards, the biggest man on the day was Corey Coleman, though. 130 receiving yards, 1 touchdown, and 6 receptions. So great game by him, obviously. So he reached over 1,000 yards on the season. So I think it's back-to-back seasons where he's reached over 1,000 yards, including his rookie year last year. So Corey Coleman, great career, great 2 seasons to start off his career. But when it comes to the rest, it's not even worth even mentioning the rest. But we move on to defense. When it comes to defense, we do have Raheem Moore Sr., 11 tackles, 9 from Kareem Jackson. We'll just go to Browns. 8 from Ali Godfrey. He had a great game though on the linebacker. But when it comes to sacks, Junior Gillette had 2 sacks, Upshot 1 sack, and Adam Gassoud 1 big sack in that game. So I guess the defensive line's not that bad, but the secondary, I got a big issue with the secondary. This is just a mess there, at least in that game though. I think the rest of the games we've done fine on defense, except this one where we just, I don't know, I'm not going to really count this game too much of how well our team has played this season just based on I was playing it, and it could basically could affect anything though. So we'll move on to the next thing though, which is, actually wait, one thing worth mentioning though was Coons actually hit like a 50-yard field goal too, so I think it was his first field goal over 50 yards this season, so I guess it's not too bad there. But when it comes to the rest though, I guess it's a team right now going into the wild card game. We obviously have the same old receivers, but the only problem is though, wait, Roland Marmos is 80 overall now, cool. He was 78 before, but he jumped up to his 80 overall. Pretty sure next season he's going to be an 82, 83. And definitely Corey Coleman, he better be an 88 overall next season when it comes to this, though. He was a beast this year. He better be an 88 overall. But going to the next thing, which basically is college plus scouting. We did the scouting last time. We got the box score done, we got the training done, and we do have contract negotiations. So I really don't know what to go when it comes to this. Maybe re-sign them all on the same stage, like the re-signing stage, might be the better idea. Because when it comes to this right now, we do have Demario Davis, who is, I believe, a starter at middle linebacker. We got John Greco, not a starter. Justin Gilbert, great player, but he's a backup. And RG3, definitely not going to re-sign him for 3 years at 12.5 over 3 years. So, not going to do that. RG3 is going to be a free agent after this season. But when it comes to the rest, though, these 3 guys, I have no idea what I'm doing with them. Maybe might be trading John Greco for you, re-sign him to 1 year, 2.6, and 14.5 million over 4 years for Demario Davis is not that bad of an idea. But just right now, we'll explore the waters. If there's anything good in the free agency, we'll get it. But right now, I've got really basically no incentive to go and re-sign Demario Davis right now. So moving on to the next thing, which is, I guess, I don't know, checking out the division right now. We do have 3 great teams. So the AFC North was actually pretty good this year. A 10-5 Bengals, 10-5 Steelers, 10-6 Browns, and a 7-8 Ravens. So this division was great this year. Let's look at the NFL right now as a whole and see where it's at. So the NFL, Chiefs number 1, 11-4. The Seahawks 11-4, Raiders 11-4, 10-5 Bengals, 10-5 Steelers, 10-6 Browns, and 6th place in the NFL. But the thing is, we're in a big division, so I have no idea when it comes to the NFL. I don't know. Let's check out the game week though and see what happens with their season. So move on to the next thing. So we move on to the next thing. It is obviously the wild card week, and a whole bunch of practice roster players were signed, and we got our contract extended for Sonny Weaver Jr. So I guess we are good enough to go and get our stuff re-signed. But to be honest, I don't think we made the playoffs. I doubt we did, because we were in a tough division. We're 3rd in our division. I don't think that means playoffs for us. We got Panthers, Packers, Steelers, Jaguars, Cowboys, Redskins, and Raiders and Patriots. So what does that Steelers are in there? I don't think we didn't make the playoffs this season. Are you kidding me? With a team like that, a 10-6 record in a tough division, we don't make the playoffs. That's only the Browns that do that. So A great season though. We had a great season though. Obviously, we won 3 games last year. Now we up to 10-6. So great season by us. Just unfortunately, we did not go and get the last playoff win or last game of the season win, which basically, I don't know. I think we probably would have made the playoffs if we won last week. We must have, because I think it's seeded by points for, and we had like one of the most points for in the NFL. We're second in the NFL in points for. Oh my God, this is not a good thing. Okay. So the last game of the season really was a deal breaker, and we missed the playoffs by 1 win on the season. That is a major L. Holy crap. So at least now we're at the end of the season. We could probably go and do a little bit of stuff. We don't have to actually go and play the playoffs, which is not that bad, I guess, because playing the playoffs would take a while. But when it comes to this, though, Keifer Paup, 22,000 XP. He's going to be like an 87, 88 overall next season. Corey Coleman, 9,000 XP. He's definitely going to be maybe an 86, 87. It depends on what you upgrade. But the rest of the team, though, we get some mad upgrades around this defense. I'm pretty sure defense is a lot. Yeah, look at our linebackers. Ali Godfrey, going to be a beast after this one. Carl Nassib, great to always see XP for him. Sue's going to be great next year. And we really need to hope that Ogba gets healthy for next year. 4 more weeks. It was our injuries that ultimately killed us, because on the defensive line, we had like Tapper on there. And obviously, if your defensive line isn't the greatest, or at 100, it's going to be a weekday. Ogba's out. Plus, the one reason why we lost was because we had Crowell, and Crowell is not that good of a running back in this game. Whereas Duke Johnson, if he was in, I'm pretty sure he probably would have made the playoffs this season. Plus, our receiving, Kenny Stills has been pretty underwhelming this season, just based on how he signed him. Plotting him as like a 3rd best player, actually 2nd best player, because we went to the draft, didn't knowing we'd get a stud in Roland Marmarosa. And another player who's injured, though, who's really good, is Dorial Green Beckham. So I don't know how to get a ticket angle with this team. Maybe end up getting rid of Gary Barnes just based on that he's old. He's got a little bit of trade value. Might as well get rid of him. And we do have a young player in Dorial Green Beckham to go and take over his spot. Obviously, he is taller. He's got great receiving stats, great speed. So, I mean, he's an obvious replacement for him. Only problem is blocking. We're just blocking. We can easily get that upgraded in as upgrades. Because you go to upgrades on here. I'm pretty sure there's an upgrade for blocking, or at least something like that. Go to... Is there blocking? Yeah, there is some impact blocking. So, you can easily upgrade that one if we wanted to. I don't know why he doesn't have much XP. It's probably because he's injured. But we go to the next thing, which is awards. So, I'll stop dawdling and I'll get to the awards. So, the awards... Let's see who won awards for this season. So let's go to stats. I think stats might have it. It'll go to awards. So the yearly awards for the NFL, who gets MVP, and it is Russell Wilson. So Russell Wilson, #1 MVP. He won this year. Aaron Rodgers 2nd. Tony Romo 3rd. And we get Keifer Paup in 4th place as a rookie. So incredible to see that. Where is I don't see what's his face, Cole Colvin on there. So incredible season by Keifer Paup. Just came up a little bit short at the end, and that's why he was not MVP. Coach of the year goes to Dan Quinn. So Dan Quinn of the Falcons gets Coach of the Year. Sonny Weaver in 6th in the NFL. So I guess pretty good. This year is more of an up, like, I don't know. Next year will be our ultimate year, though. This year we had a whole bunch of rookies playing offensive line. We're almost like the Cowboys in a way-ish. I don't know. I'm just kind of reach there. So player stats for the season: we have Keifer Paup, 4,300 yards passing. Obviously, we have 36 touchdowns, 21 interceptions, and a 64% completion percentage on the season. So pretty good rookie season by him. Obviously, probably one of the better rookie seasons I've ever seen for a quarterback. Obviously not the best, but not the worst. So pretty good season by him as a quarterback in the NFL, especially for the Browns too, the history of Browns quarterbacks. But Duke Johnson was injured for about 5 or 6 weeks this season and amassed 871 yards rushing, 6 touchdowns, and 2 rushing fumbles. So he had a great season for us. Too bad he got injured, because he could have been the difference maker in that last game, which probably actually would have got us over that playoff hump, and we probably could be playing right now. But receiving yards, we do have Corey Coleman, 1,091 receiving yards on the season. Can we sort this? We can. And we have Gilmore, 855 in his rookie season. Gary Barnes, 813. Roland Marmarosa, 601 in his rookie season. He was gone for like the first 8 games too. So imagine if Roland Marmarosa and Duke Johnson would have played the entire season. We probably could have been a big difference maker in this season. But when it comes to the rest, though, we do have like Kenny Stills, 389, 5 touchdowns. Let's see who less in touchdowns. Corey Coleman, 13 touchdowns on the season, 6 for Gilmore, 5 for Marmarosa, and 5 for Kenny Stills. So those are big playmakers there when it comes to in the red zone. When it comes to the rest, our defense, or our blocking, sorry, we do have sacks allowed. Who let up the most sacks? As a rookie, Julius Creighton. Next was Joe Thomas, of all people. They have Joel Batonio, Rico, Warfield, Grice, and Bailey, and So basically everyone let up a sack this season, which is pretty obvious with a rookie offensive line. But look at this though, a rookie center, Cody Orfield, only 1. John Greco had 1, Batonio had 2, Thomas had 3, and Creighton obviously he was a rookie at 8. So not that bad of a game or a season by us, but our offensive line was healthy like the entire year. That is incredible. Usually you have injuries, but our offensive line was dynamite the entire year. Downs played, you have Joel Batonio and Joe Thomas as our top guys. So great season by our rookie offensive line, at least primarily rookie offensive line. When it comes to defense, Ali Godfrey, our middle linebacker, led us in that. He was a rookie too. 125 tackles, 4 tackles for a loss, and only half a sack on the season and 3 interceptions. So he had a great rookie season. Probably one of the top defenders in the NFL, I guess. But Courtney Upshaw, 104 tackles in his first season with the Browns, 8 tackles for a loss, 13 sacks in the season as a left-handed linebacker. Junior Glad had 101 tackles, 9.5 sacks. Raheem Moore Sr. had 97 tackles, half a sack, and 2 interceptions. Will Hill had 92 tackles, half a sack, and 2 interceptions. Gilbert had 85 tackles, 2 sacks, and 1 interception on the season. So less than interceptions for the season, though. We had Joe Hayden with 6 interceptions. Great season by him, though. He had a great season. And we have Quan Williams at 5, Ali Godfrey at 3, Raheem Moore Sr. 2, Will Hill 2, and the rest have 1 or none. So let's see how Ndamukong did it in half a season with the Browns. So tackles for a loss, we have 12 for Ndamukong, 64 tackles, and 10.5 sacks in, I guess, half a season as a Brown in this, this franchise mode. So pretty good season by Ndamukong. Obviously, he was one of our better pickups as he did bolster that defensive line, which allowed us to play a lot better in the last half of the season. But when you come to the rest of the stats, though, like we do have kicking, Travis Coons only attempted 8 field goals in the entire season, 5 are made. He didn't have a great season though by any standards whatsoever, but the thing is you don't know how many he attempted though and from how far back, or at least you basically don't know how far back he attempted them from. So let's check this out. So you do have a 36 out of 37, not too bad there, because he missed one every once in a while. Blocked, oh that's because it was blocked, that's why. But we do have 2 field goals made up to 39 yards, 3 attempted up to 39, and 3 made up to 49, 3 attempted up to 49, and 0 field goals made from 50 or more. So the last field goal of the season obviously was less than 50. I thought for sure it was around 50, but it must have been like a 48, 49 yard field goal. But when it comes to the rest, we attempted 2 field goals attempted from 50 yards or more. That's why he wasn't that good though. Like you attempt 8 field goals, 5 made, and 2 were from beyond 50. You can't make 50-yard field goals, especially if there's wind involved and stuff. So I'll give a break. I'll let Travis Coons have a break there. He's not that bad of a kicker. But we move on to the rest of stats, which is, what do we even have for stats? We do the Pro Bowl coming up too. But I think that's all we really need to go and check out for this season. So obviously tragic ending, finished 3rd in the division because the Bengals and Steelers decided to go and get good this season. So unfortunate we were in a good division, but hey, that's how it works in the NFL. But we'll go on to the next thing, which is, I guess, divisional championship might be the only thing. Is it? Yep. Okay, so Russell Wilson MVP, last year's Blake Bortles. I think the Jaguars were terrible this season though. We'll move on to the next thing, which is divisional championship, see how the NFL does, and so on when it comes to the matchups. So I think the Steelers, I'm cursing the Steelers just based on their division. But we check with the rest. Duke and Oriole are back for the season, but obviously they can't play because we're not in the playoffs. But when you come to the rest, we'll go check out playoff schedule and see if the games have been played yet. Okay, so you have the Jaguars, the Chiefs, Cowboys, Seahawks, Patriots, Bengals, and the Panthers and the Falcons in the divisional. So it looks like the wildcards, check these games out. So it looks like the Raiders went and got destroyed by New England, 30-14. They're out of the playoffs. Dallas won 19-13 against Washington. Washington's out of the playoffs. Pittsburgh lost 24-21, a heartbreaker in Jacksonville. They're out of the playoffs. And Green Bay got lit up, blown out, even shut out, 21-0 against Carolina. That one happened this season. Just saying, Carolina's terrible in real life. But we'll check out this game though. I want to see this. So looks like second in the league for MVP, Aaron Rodgers had a terrible game. Where is this? Where is Aaron Rodgers? So 56 yards, 1 interception. He must have got injured. He probably did get injured. In a 30.6 passing rating. Horrible game by him though. So I don't know if he got injured or not. I don't think he did because there's no injury icon. So Aaron Rodgers choked in the playoffs, and the Green Bay Packers are in the playoffs once again. So I guess bad year by him. I want to see his game against Pittsburgh though for Jacksonville. So Pittsburgh get the most yards, offensive yards gained, but they somehow lost it in the end. Was it a last-minute field goal? It was a touchdown. So Let's check this game out and see how well Ben Roethlisberger played. He played dynamite, though. So who let down the team, though? Bortles and Roethlisberger played very well. Got a rushing. Did Le'Veon Bell play well? But he didn't really play well. They barely used him, though. Only 9 rushes. So it must fault with maybe drops. It must be. So good receiving yards. We have Robert Woods, Hearns, Martavis Bryant. But Antonio Brown, only 2 receptions. They should have used him a lot if they wanted to win. But defense, let's see defense. Anything happen there? Interceptions. No interceptions. Sacks. Barely any sacks. So I don't know how the Steelers lost this one. I guess they ran out of time. Must be the only thing. So 2 great football players, football teams playing against each other. Obviously the best one came out on top, which was Jacksonville. So going to the rest of the divisional, I'll let you go with the divisional next week on here. Let's go sim to this and see how well, or who's moving on to the conference championship, the last 4 teams in the playoffs. I want to see who wins. So in the divisional, it looks like Jacksonville won 45-31 against Kansas City. Seattle won 34-31 against Dallas. Dallas is out. Cincinnati won 34-17 against the Patriots. The Patriots are out of the playoffs after winning it all last year with Tom Brady. So I didn't think the Pats would actually get out. I guess they do have a rookie quarterback in Richard Rutherford, and they have Geno Smith, but I mean, I don't know. I guess there's a reason why they lost. It's probably a quarterback. But because the Panthers and the Falcons is basically a snoozer, 12-6. Carolina wins that one. But moving on to the conference championships, which is Jaguars and Bengals, and the Panthers and the Seahawks. So can the Seahawks go back-to-back playoff Super Bowl appearances? I'm pretty sure they can against the Panthers. But let's go check this matchup and see who wins that one, who's moving on, and so on. So we also have the Pro Bowl to deal with too. So we'll go see that next week, along with who's moving on to the Super Bowl in this season for 2017. Okay, so it won't allow me to go and check out the Super Bowl matchup for the season, but let's go check out what happened in the Pro Bowl for the season. So your players for Pro Bowl, we do have Andy Dalton, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger, and Keifer Paup in his rookie season makes it on the Pro Bowl. Amazing rookie season by him, obviously, but Tony Romo makes it, Doug Martin, Le'Veon Bell, Justin Forsett, Theo Riddick, Thomas Rawls, man, and Matt Forte. I got a few other players. You got Wilson, Odell Beckham Jr., obviously, Des Bryant, Keenan Allen, Amendola, and we have Green, Brown. Corey Coleman made it too, so Corey Coleman and Keifer Paup make it on offense. Gary Barnidge made it too, so Gary Barnidge, 3 Brown Pro Bowlers this season. And we got 4 with Joe Thomas, obviously a lock for Pro Bowl. But so Joe Thomas, Gary Barnidge, Corey Coleman, and Keifer Paup make it as Pro Bowlers this season. Let's see defense though. He must have at least one. Maybe Ali Godfrey might be on there. I don't know. Ndamukong Suh made it, so 5 Brown Pro Bowlers. Courtney Upshaw, 6 Brown Pro Bowlers. Let's check this out again. Come on. Anyone else? Anyone else? And that's it. So it's 6 Brown Pro Bowlers this season. I can't even name all of them. I think we have Sue. We got Joe Thomas. We got can't even remember all their names. I can't even remember all their names. It's how many there are. Either that or I must be blind. But let's check this out. So Upshaw, that's 1. You have Sue, that's 2. We got, let's see this. Joe Thomas, that's 3. You got Gary Barnidge, that's 4. Corey Coleman, that's 5. And we do have our quarterback, Keifer Paup, on there. So, I mean, we just played amazing this season, obviously. Now we get rewarded by it by getting 6 Pro Bowlers this season on the team. So a big jump up from, I believe, 2 from last season, which we did have. I think we even made it for last season. I think it was our linebackers we traded away. So it looks like Carolina went and blew out the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Carolina Panthers are the Super Bowl champs for the season. So Cam Newton takes it all. He had a great game though. He didn't really have that great of a game. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, but only 125 passing yards though. Whereas Blake had 192 and 0 and 2 for that. But rushing though, who had the rushing there? So Jonathan Stewart, great game by him. 111 yards rushing, 22 attempts, and 5 per carry. Let's check out who for receiving. So receiving, we do have Julius Thomas, 73, no touchdowns. Robinson, 59. Hearns, 51. Anyone else in here? Defense. So who came up big on defense? Let's see, interceptions. So it looks like Coleman and Luke Kuechly played very well. Let's see, sacks. And 1 sack by Charles Johnson. So let's check out who did for kicking. So Graham Gano even missed the field goal. So this is a pretty weak Super Bowl, I guess. I don't know who even got the touchdowns. Let's check out receiving again. So touchdowns, looks like Artis Payne had 2 touchdowns, 1 for Greg Olsen and 1 from Kelvin Benjamin. So I guess a pretty boring Super Bowl, I guess, when it comes to stats for quarterbacks. But other than that, the Carolina Panthers are the Super Bowl champs for this season. So let's move on to the next thing, which is retirees, and we gotta do some re-signing for the team. So retiring, I see you retired this season in the NFL when it comes to big stars. So Terrell Suggs retired from the Ravens. Looks like Larry Fitz is gone. Damn, so Larry Fitz to retire. Let's see this. Who else is on here? We do have Brandon Marshall's retiring too. No, not him. Brandon Marshall is good, actually. He wasted most of his career though with the Jets and the Bears right now. But let's check out, where is anyone else? I guess it's about it though. Let's check out some transactions though. I want to see this, because it usually tells you who's big on the transactions. There's probably tons of players though. We do have, looks like 2 Carolina Panthers retire in Ryan Khalil, and we do have Davis Sr. So they retire with a ring on their career. But let's check out the rest. You have Josh Scooby, you have Doug Free. Who else? We got Vince Wilfork retired. Not Vince. Vince retired. Damn. I got Brandon Marshall. Who else do we have? Larry Fitz, Brent Grimes, James Casey, and who else? I think it's about it. So barely any. I guess there's a few big guys like Larry Fitz and so on. So I guess pretty good retiree class. Maybe you'll have a few Hall of Famers there with Terrell Suggs and maybe Larry Fitz on there. Probably Larry Fitz. But let's go who we re-sign for the season when it comes to Browns. So Browns on re-sign. I'm gonna re-sign Malcolm Gilmore, obviously, because Malcolm Gilmore's good. So re-sign him. How much does he want? 3 years, 3.6 per year. He's a great player, so might as well go and offer him a little bit more incentive. Probably offer him 4. I'll do that. So 3 years, 4 million. He better take this though. He better take this. Okay, cool. We got him back, because I don't want a player to decline and then suddenly you do not have like a guy like Malcolm Gilmore. I want to keep a guy like him. So next we do have Demario Davis. Should we re-sign him? We'll wait on that one. We got Rashad McGowan, John Greco, Justin Gilbert, Stephen Locker. Don't want to re-sign him really. Steven's actually not that bad though. He is a running back. I'll see. RG3 not gonna re-sign him. Vince Hanks. We'll leave Vince Hanks on the table right there. Or he's young though. Should we re-sign him? Might as well. He's pretty good, I guess. He's pretty good along with his long hair too. We're off from that, 500K, and he's back. Who else on here? We have Charles Tapper. He is 25, 72 overall, 80 strength, 83 tackle. I mean, Charles is not that bad. He is 2 million though. I'll see. Stephen Locker, Justin Gilbert. How much does he want? 1.9 million. He is 74 overall, great speed though. You know what? I should re-sign him. I'll offer him like that. If he wants to come back, he'll come back, and he doesn't want it. Okay. So we have John Greco. Should we re-sign him? He's 33 years old though. Now we won't re-sign him. Rashad McGowan, might as well. So you got 1.61 for 3 years on here. He's actually pretty good too. We might as well re-sign him off him like that. And he'll already come back. And cool, so he's back. So we got Rashad McGowan on the board. Demario Davis, might as well re-sign him to 4 years. Wait, does he only want 700K? Are you kidding me? He only wants that much. Wait, is it? No, it's our offer. So how much money do we even have? So maybe you don't have enough money to re-sign him. Maybe that's the thing. I don't know why I do that. Oh yeah, our cap room. So you get like minus 2.82. That's probably why. Because I want to bring him back though. 3.5 million for Demario Davis. Not that bad, I guess. No, wait, hold up. We'll wait. We'll see who's in the free agency, who wants to come back, and so on. So right now we do have our looks like our weak spots are fullback, obviously. Right guard, kicker, right end, and middle linebacker. So middle linebacker, obviously, because we do have Demario Davis right now on contract. But should we try and re-sign them? Might as well, I guess. Because I mean, he's a great player though. No, hold up. I keep debating this. I might as well just let him go to the free agency, see how it goes. I want to see who's on the free agency though. Let's go to advance one stage and see who is in the free agency of this NFL season. Let's advance to this. And I'll check who's in the free agency, then I'll quickly end this one off just based on that. I mean, it's re-sign stage. Might as well see what's here, and then let's see what we can make for decisions. So, free agents, let's use on the free agency. We barely need money though. We gotta see if we can clear some cap room in order to assign somebody. But we do have Richardson, we got Muhort, Drew Brees in the free agency, We got Rodgers, Peterson, some APs on here, but I don't want to get AP just based on we have Duke Johnson on here. We got Thomas Rawls, we get Austin Matthews, not Austin Matthews, but just Matthews, Gostowski, and Moncrief. We get a pretty good crop of free agents, I guess. So anyway, I'll guess on the zip off right here. Should we go re-sign a kicker? I have no idea what to do. I guess maybe if you want to go and suggest a signing, go leave in the comments below. But anyway, I guess on the zip off right here. Make sure to like, subscribe for more Browns Friendship. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
I often sit and wish that I could just change my past. To think about you, Dad, there's so much shit that I could ask. Like, why am I still haunted by the day that you left? I wake up in the middle of the night with cold sweats. I can't believe this happened, can't believe you're gone. I should've known that when I woke to something weird.